Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Premier League predictions. This week is week 13, match day 13. But before we do get into this week's predictions, of course, as always, we're gonna go back to what we did last match day, not last week, of course, because of the international break. But last match day, what did we predict? How many did we get right? Of course, if you guys don't know how it works, I get half a point for every team I get correct to win, and I get 1 point if I get the team's correct score. So let's get into it. Last time out, Wolves against Spurs. I went 2-1 Spurs. It was 2-1 Wolves. How fortunate. No points there. Then Manchester United against Luton Town. You know what? I had that sneaky feeling. That Manchester United would win, but they weren't gonna win by more than one goal. And I went with a 1-0 Manchester United win, and it was a 1-0 Manchester United win, meaning that's 1 point straight on. Arsenal against Burnley. I went bold. I went 5-1. Look, I just felt crazy. Thinking, you know what, they might actually get something. They got 3. It was 3-1. I was 2 goals away, not too far off. Crystal Palace against Everton. I went 1-0 Everton. It was actually 3-2 Everton, so I could have a point as well. Here I crumbled. Bournemouth against Newcastle United. Bournemouth coming into this game weren't on good form. I thought, you know what, Newcastle United should be able to get the job done. I went with a 2-0 Newcastle United away win, but it was a 2-0 Bournemouth home win. I am stunned. Aston Villa against Fulham. I went with 3-0. It was an unfortunate situation that was it Raul Jimenez had to score to take away that goal, but so be it. Have a point. Brighton Sheffield United. I went 2 on Brighton. I mean, at home against a team that are gonna get relegated. What else do you expect? Surely a win, right? No, they drew 1-1. Great. West Ham against Nottingham Forest. I went 1-1, thinking this has a draw written all over it. It went 3-2. West Ham. Great. Liverpool Brentford 2-0. I went. It was actually 3-0. 1 goal away. I was saying to myself, why did they have to score the third goal? And Chelsea Man City. I went 3-1 Man City. It was the craziest game of the week because it was Chelsea 4, Manchester City 4. So, we're back in the Premier League now after the international break. This week's match of the week, I think there are a few. Based on what I'm seeing, I have identified, I want to say 3, but I think could be 4. But the 3 match of the weeks I'm going to say are spot on. Are Man City Liverpool, of course. Newcastle Chelsea, of course. Spurs Villa, of course. And I want to throw in Everton against Manchester United, because you never know what's going to happen in those kind of games. But let's start with a big game. Right? It is current Premier League leaders, the team that could get point deducted, against second place Man City against Liverpool, separated by just 1 point. The top of the table is very close right now, because between Man City and Aston Villa, the top 5, it is separated by 3 points. Okay, 3 points separate anyone. Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, and Aston Villa, with United 4 points behind from Villa, 7 points behind Man City. This is the big game, because this game tests and shows if Liverpool have what it takes this season to challenge Man City to the title. Because everyone has been saying, you know what, Arsenal are in the title race, Spurs are in the title race, but Liverpool are also in the title race. And I think personally, I don't know if anyone agrees, but I see Liverpool the most convincing shout out of Arsenal and Spurs. So this is the game, because Arsenal managed to beat Man City before the earlier international break, right? it is time for Liverpool to show if they can be the team now to go on to, you know, beat Man City. This is definitely an interesting game. It is at the Etihad. Man City come into this game with a draw away against Chelsea, while Liverpool won against Brentford at home. It has a draw written over it, but I'm gonna go interesting. I'm gonna go with a 3-2 Man City win. Look, we all want to see something different. We all want to see Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, Manchester United, Newcastle, Aston Villa all get involved in the top 4 title, whatever race you want it to be. But I can't see it. I really can't. I mean, Chelsea did well, I thought, to get a draw against Man City. But I think this is the time when Man City start to bounce back, start getting some results for their away, and I think Man City will win this. Next up, Sheffield United against Bournemouth. I mean, Sheffield United did really well away against Brighton to get a point. Bournemouth stunned everyone, man, with their shocking win over Newcastle United. I'm gonna go 1-1 draw. I know it's a cliche. I know, it's easy to just say, 1-1, because, it is a 1-1. It has 1-1 written all of it. But look, I'm gonna go 1-1 because both teams are, especially Bournemouth, are in good form. Sheffield United, it is at Sheffield United, Bramall Lane. That gives them advantage. They are fighting for survival. I think they will still get relegated, but they need to pick up as many points as they can in the upcoming weeks. It's a home game, and realistically, they can really only get 3 points from home games. I also see Bournemouth getting the 3 points because of their good form, and they just have a better team. So if I combine that, I can't really decide who will win. So I'm gonna go with a draw. Nottingham Forest against Brighton up next. Look, usual me would say Brighton, but I'm gonna go with a punchy shout. See, I was gonna go 1-0 Forest, but Brighton might just get something. Let's go 2-2. Let's go 2-2. I see goals. Again, cliche to go with, a draw. But I just want to, do it because I can't see Brighton winning because of their form. Nottingham Forest at home typically play pretty well. So let's see. Burnley against West Ham. Burnley probably going to go down. West Ham underperforming, I would say, for the kind of players they have. Paqueta, Bowen, Ward-Prowse. That is an exciting front line, but they just haven't been able to score goals. I think they'll get the job done with a 2-0 win over Burnley and bounce back. Luton Town against Crystal Palace. Again, Luton Town, another team that is going probably to get relegated at home. Another one of those games that they have to capitalize, but it's against Crystal Palace. I'm gonna say 1-0 Palace. I'm not gonna, give like a 5-0, but Luton Town, just looking at these games going, when are they gonna pick up points from? And I really can't see it. Maybe they can pick up a draw against Palace. I think they could get a draw, but I'm gonna go 1-0 Palace win. Newcastle United against Chelsea. Second match of the week. Look, I like this one. This game is really, really nice. Really, really nice. Newcastle, Chelsea. Newcastle lost away against Bournemouth, right? And before that, they beat Arsenal at home. So at St. James's Park, they are clearly on form. They're clearly doing well. Chelsea at home managed to keep Man City in a draw. I'm gonna go Newcastle United win because they're at St. James's Park. Chelsea, look, they're starting to pick up some points here and there, but it's realistically, have you seen anything overly convincing yet? I don't think so. So I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Newcastle United win actually. Brentford against Arsenal. 2-0 Arsenal. It should be pretty simple. I think this game is perfect for Arsenal because if Man City and Liverpool draw, Arsenal can go to the top of the league. They can go to the top of the league. So they will be hoping for Man City and Liverpool to draw as the best possible result. Third game of the week, Spurs against Villa. Now, Spurs lost away against Wolves. They had it in their hands. They scored in the first 3 minutes. And then they threw it away at the end. Aston Villa, great at home. Away, they seem to always lose. Which is why I'm going to go with a 3-1 Spurs win. I know this is hard to call because... And I know it's a really, really punchy one because Spurs are not having a good form right now. Last 2 games, both losses. You know, against Chelsea and against Wolves. 2 losses in a row. Is this the end? Or is it the beginning of the end? But let's give credit to Ange Postecoglou. Let's give credit because they are still third. They are still in that fight. They are not far off Arsenal and Liverpool. They are not far off Man City. Similarly, they are not far off Aston Villa who are behind them. So if Villa can go away to Spurs and get a win, they have said to themselves, look, top 4, we are coming for it. That's what they have said. But again, it's really, really hard to call. I'm just gonna edge with Spurs 3-1. I think this game is pretty big. Everton against Manchester United. Reasoning, of course, this week Everton have been deducted 10 points. So they are now in the bottom of the league with 4 points. Manchester United have to go away to Goodison Park now and get something. United are desperate for wins. Usually you would probably back a 1-0 United win. I would have said 1-0 United win if Everton didn't get the 10-point deduction. But I'm going to say they pick up a point. 1-1. Because points are so important to them now. And Sean Dyche will definitely be talking to the players in the dressing room saying, look, every game, especially at home now, right, we have to go out there and we have to fight. And because right now we are bottom of the league, we have been deducted 10 points, but now with 4 points, we have to get as many points as we can. And we might finish the season 17th with 2 points off relegation, but every point counts. And I don't care how we do it, we are gonna fight for survival. And I think it's kind of good that it wasn't deducted earlier and it isn't deducted further away or later. Because if it was earlier in the season, they would not have the mentality. But now they have a bit of form coming in. And rhythm. Similarly, it's not good if it's deducted later because then you will have less games to bounce back. So, they're in the middle right now. They've had some form. They have more games to come. They can definitely still survive, I think. And I think they still would. I still have Wolves going down, by the way. I still stand by my prediction. So I'm going to go 1-1. Last game, Fulham against Wolves. Because I stand by my prediction, I'm going to go 1-0 Fulham. Punchy shout, but they're at home, Craven Cottage. They scored a goal last match day. Against Aston Villa away. But, yeah, not looking good for them. And I still think Wolves will go down. I'm still sticking by my prediction. I'm not going to change. So let's see. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the subscribe, turn channels on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.